Alright, what is going on everybody? This is Yes I Read That, and today I'm reviewing The Crimson Campaign by Brian McClellan. The Crimson Campaign is the second book in the Powder Mage trilogy. I've reviewed the first book already on the channel. Check out the description for a link to the video. If you're not familiar with the series, you should definitely read the first book first, so if you're not familiar, check that video out first. That said, I really enjoyed the first book, so I jumped into the second one straight away when I finished it. And yeah, my thoughts are going to be here in this video. I'm going to explain a bit about the story, no spoilers though, and then talk about my likes and dislikes, and finally give you my score for the book. So let's start with the story. In the end of the first book, these are first book spoilers by the way, Taniel shot the god Kresimir in the eye with his magical bullet and killed him. Or did he? Can you kill a god that easily? So this killing Kresimir hasn't actually stopped the war with the Kez though, and the northern city of Budwil, or whatever way you pronounce that, is under attack. So Tamas has to get his army there and command them to defend, because the forces of Kez severely outnumber everything that the defenses of Budwil have. So yeah, that's what Tamas is trying to do in this book, defending the city. So yeah, Tamas has to head there and command the army to defend Budwil. Meanwhile, Taniel, who killed Kresimir, enters a major depressive episode and goes on a drug binge that seems to be a theme in this book, with first of all having the gunpowder act as a kind of drug when you snort it or just eat it, and now this, and finally the third character that we had from the first book, Adamet, is on a mission now, not for Tamas, but he is trying to rescue his family, because his family has been captured by a man called Lord Vitas, and he wants to free them obviously and get his revenge, because nothing can anger a man more than hurting his family. As I said, I'm not trying to spoil too much. There's a lot more going on in the story later on in this book than what I'm letting on here, but I don't really want to take away kind of the twists that are happening, because if you care about the book, you are going to just want to read them yourself. I am going to talk about my likes and dislikes now. So first of all, the stuff that I enjoyed in the book. Just like the first one, the story is very suspenseful. It's just hard to put this book down. I also really like the character development between Taniel and Capole, which in the first book I've kind of complained that Capole was sidelined a bit, even though she seemed to be so important and also important to Taniel. So it was really good to see some more development here. And yeah, I'm looking forward to what the third book will bring for that. There's lots and lots of fighting in this one, so if you are a person who likes action, then this book is absolutely amazing. And on top of that, Capole's fighting is always super amazing. At least that's what I thought. I really enjoyed that. It's kind of unique actually, the character. And finally, what I also enjoyed about the first book is that, you know, there were these traitors and you didn't know who was a spy and who wasn't, and there was always some kind of political scheming, and this is still present in this book, which I really enjoy, and it's kind of involved with the politics here. Yeah, I enjoyed how that was incorporated. Now let's talk about the stuff that I didn't enjoy that much about the book. And in some ways I thought that the book was even a bit of a step back from the first one, which was really excellent in many aspects. One of these aspects was, while the characters were really tightly coupled and you know, meeting each other multiple times in the first book, which made the three different points of views very easy to follow. In this book, it's not the case at all. Not at all. As I said, Taniel is kind of absent in the beginning, and then later, I'm not really going to talk about it, but Tamas has to go and defend Budwil, and Adamet has his own mission to rescue his family. So they don't really interact much at all, which, yeah, it doesn't really make it easier to read three points of view. Then one thing I really disliked is that the book feels kind of unfinished once you're done. Because unlike the first one that has a really conclusive ending, and I think you could even read the first one just on its own and it would be a good read, this one just doesn't, and it leaves you like, you just want that good ending, but there's nothing at the end that really satisfies you, so that's a shame, really. And the last point is that it is kind of brutal. Now, the first one is also kind of brutal, but this one even more so. As I said, there's a lot of fighting and that kind of stuff, and I'm kind of over it already in the second book, to be honest, and I already know that after the third book I'm gonna have to take a break from, you know, all of that violence. Yeah. So my score overall for the book was a 6 out of 10. Now, it sounds kind of bad, but it's really not. It's still a good book. It's a very interesting book, it's very suspenseful, but it is also kind of violent, which after a while it just gets a bit too much for me, at least. And it doesn't really feel finished. Once you're done reading, you're like, where's the rest of it? And also, this is mainly because I liked how it was done in the first book so much, but the way that every character had their own little story is just, yeah, I didn't really like it that much compared to what was done in the first one. Overall, it's just the second book in the trilogy. It doesn't really stand on its own, unfortunately, so you kind of have to read the third one as well. But I'm pretty confident that the third book will deliver, because this one wasn't really bad, and if you like the first book in the series, then surely you will enjoy this one as well. So yeah, if you read the first one, enjoyed it, I really recommend you to just read this book and the third one as well, probably, because you kind of need to. Anyways, I will definitely read the third book as well. In the meantime, if you have any thoughts on the second book in the series, let me know in the comments below. I'm always interested to hear other opinions about the book. Maybe you even enjoyed the 3 different characters being kind of separate. Yeah. Anyways, that's it for this review. If you enjoyed it, make sure to drop a like and leave a sub to this channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye!